Welcome everyone, Southern New Hampshire University Criminal Justice 104 Ethical Leadership. Today we're going to talk just briefly about discussion 4-1, discussion board for week 2. Of course, one of the first things to do is make sure that we understand the prompt. And the first is a little background for you. It says to research and locate a current event or article or video that, like the example, the Tulsa world depicts an ethical or unethical practice that have occurred within a policing agency, the court system, a correctional facility. So if you haven't had a chance to click to the Tulsa World article, this is the correct link to it. And the only thing you need to do with it is read through it and make sure you get the idea of what you're going to look for, because now you're going to go find your own article. It's just an example of police misconduct, and it's outlined pretty clearly so it gets all the points in it. Here's what you need to do after you have found your link. You've gone out there and found an example. And so, of course, there are many of these. Someone in a class, a student, used the example of an officer. I believe it was in Massachusetts, perhaps Maine, but I think it was Massachusetts. Came on the radio that he had been shot at his police car. It turned out he had shot at his own car. That happened 2014, I think, maybe 2013 in Los Angeles. It happened 25 years ago here in Orange County. So these are not unusual occurrences, but that gives you an idea of maybe something a little more interesting. Okay, what were the ethical or unethical actions that led to the ultimate outcome? Okay, this is, you're going to need to have an answer, something that says, yeah, the unethical actions that these officers were involved in. I have a typo, I apologize. Involved using their position, their weapons, their department equipment to provide security for drug dealers. So in this particular case, that's exactly what they were doing. They were running a security bodyguard protection racket on duty in police cars. So you need to define that somehow. Now, of course, you have to explain all of that in your post. The second element that you need here is what were the factors that contributed to the ethical or unethical behavior? Well, the main factor that contributed to the unethical behavior was financial gain. They were paid. Okay, so it wasn't some altruistic method or action that they were going to save America. No, they got paid. They got paid very handsomely to do this. Relying on your own personal ethical perspective, what is your opinion regarding the situation presented? So now you get a chance to express your opinion. Based on my own personal perspective, these officers understood what they were doing and the possible consequences of their actions. So I'm saying, no, I don't buy any of those other reasons. I'm saying they knew what they were doing. They knew it was wrong. They knew they were being paid, and they knew what could happen. How did the situation or incident impact public trust and the agency's reputation? Now that may be included in the article that you find, or the video, or the incident. But for this example, it says, I think because the police department and the FBI reacted quickly when made aware of the violations, the public gained trust in the department. So if the department were transparent, moved quickly, and could demonstrate that it was only just a few officers, those sorts of things, they certainly didn't lose trust perhaps. But again, it's an opinion question. What role do you believe organizational culture played in this situation and the ethical or unethical behaviors of those involved? In this case, I think these were rogue officers working away from the police department and thereby removed from the daily reinforcement of an ethical culture. Okay, something like that. This will not be a short post. This could easily be 500 words, which is the same as a couple of pages. If you haven't already posted, take a look at what other students are doing, and you'll see that by the time you find an incident and you read about it, and then you capsulize it or write a synopsis or a summary of it for your paper, for your post, and then you go back through each of these questions and pull out the answer and put in your opinion, it's just going to be a fairly lengthy paper for you. Response to your peers. This is that last question that sometimes some of you put in your original post. It's supposed to be what you reply to your peers. In response to your peers' postings, reflect on their summary of the role organizational culture played in the story. So what did the police department, the court systems, the corrections division department, prison system, whatever case that you took, what was the organizational culture? What role did it play in it? Okay. As a criminal justice, second part of the question, this is all part of the post, is that as a criminal justice leader, what can you do to help similarly promote a positive organizational culture that better supports or discourages the behaviors highlighted in the example? I hope that helps you a little bit. Keep those cards and letters coming. You know I'm here to help. Just let me know what I can do to help you.